Let's go! Joe Cronin Show! Troy is fucking pissed! Let's fucking do this! They don't know what the fuck they're fucking pissed. Let's fucking do this.
Wednesday night, the Rockets and Bombs. What's up, everybody? Vote on that poll up top. We got a hell of a poll for you up top. Please click on that. We're here, and we're ready. What is New York doing, right? New York's wild. AEW tonight was something. What did you think about it if you watched it? Or are you just looking forward to Saudi Arabia? What are you most interested in, AEW, WWE and Saudi, TNA, NXT, or TNA? And then Iran-Israel Trump drama. That is winning the poll right now. That's interesting. And P. Diddy is a free man, everybody. Charges dropped on P. Diddy. It's almost like they traded information or something. Something weird about P. Diddy, huh? Maybe that was part of the war distraction. I don't know. Pretty bizarre. I don't know. What do you think? Guys, hit that like button. We're going to start this show once we have 40 likes or 50 likes. We're going to have 50 likes. We'll start this show up for you. And make sure the alert goes out to everybody. And we're going to find a way to take calls again soon, too. So we're getting that going. Go to the Discord in a little bit, maybe. Wednesday night, if you want to donate, the donation link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you guys can, please help me fund the show, fund my obsession with drugs, and hit the like button most importantly right now as we get ready to be live fully. And go over the Night of Champions thing again really quickly. A lot of news out there today. Get hard, baby. I want you to get hard. Hit that like button, baby. Just like it up. Shout out to the man who sent me this song. Shout out to the YR for making this intro song.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. WWE and AEW, let's go. This is on now. Let's go. Tear this shit up. Joel Cronin, from the fat New Yorker and his wife. Welcome, smell, let her pass. Let's do this right. We're left tonight. DRL was gonna die like Bowman. Let's go. They don't know what they're doing. Let's go. They don't know what they're doing. Let's go. Let's do this shit. Your form or coas fake be sick. He can suck our dicks. Let's do this shit.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Let's go.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Well, now Trump says Netanyahu is like a hero, amazing person. But the other day he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. It's kind of funny. Oh, man. Unbelievable. All of a sudden, the Beast Mordos is in the main event of Dynamite again against Hangman Page for no reason. Tonight, suddenly, a guy that I'd never really seen before or known anything about, the Beast Mordos, I'd never heard of him until I found out that Sasha Banks was dating him. And that was a news story last week. Now tonight, He's in the main event against Adam Hangman Page. Kind of bizarre, don't you think, boys? Kind of bizarre. It's almost like Mercedes said, you better put my boyfriend in the main event, Tony Khan, or I'm going to fucking leave. And plus, he's got a big old private package. Kind of bizarre. Kind of bizarre. Kind of strange. Very weird. All of a sudden, the Beast Mordos has a match, everybody. Very crazy, very crazy, very weird. Very strange. I don't know what to make of that. It is very bizarre. Let's remind you guys of my Night of Champions predictions very quickly. Do I have them? Where are they? I thought I wrote them down. Who's going to win at Night of Champions? Let's remind you guys of the Night of Champions predictions. Rhea Ripley in a street fight. Listen to this. Champions look like, now that Raw's over, Raw was blah, but you know, it is whatever. Sammy's gonna win, and then he's gonna drop a dirty bomb in the front row. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible, guys. That's not okay. Night of Champions card. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. I got Sami Zayn winning that, although I really would have rather Karrion Kross wins and actually gets, pumped up. But wait a minute. Well, no, I think Sammy's going to win. Sammy's going to win, and then he's going to drop a dirty bomb in the front row. Oh. Then we got Raquel versus Rhea Ripley in a street fight. I got Rhea Ripley. Is that for the belt, though? If that's for the belt, then I don't know. Well, I'm going to say Rhea Ripley wins anyway. Fuck it. Rhea Ripley wins that. And then Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. I got Cody Rhodes winning that. Then we got Fatu versus Sikoa. I think Jacob Fatu will retain that title. I got Asuka beating, Jade. I think Jade will beat Asuka. Jade's just got to win. She can't lose, but Asuka is returning, so she should win. But that's a tough one. But I'm going to say Jade wins. But I don't know, man. Maybe the WWE is like, we really got to have Asuka win. But I think they're trying to move on to new people. Asuka's a little bit older. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Jade. I think they're gonna allow Jade to continue to win. We'll see though, but I'm going Jade. Then CM Punk versus John Cena for the title. I got John Cena obviously retaining, and that's a big deal. I don't think there'll be any cash in or anything, but maybe there will be. Maybe Logan Paul. Maybe CM Punk. Maybe CM Punk will lose. And at the end. And then Logan Paul will attack John Cena. And beat the shit out of John Cena because Logan Paul has a beef with Cena. And maybe Seth Rollins then cashes in on Cena. And that leads to Logan Paul versus John Cena's beef match at SummerSlam. And maybe then that would lead to a rematch, maybe potentially with John Cena versus maybe Seth Rollins in Boston. Maybe it's John Cena versus Seth Rollins in Boston. And then, Seth Rollins is the one who beats John Cena in his last match. Yeah. Or hell, maybe John Cena wins the belt back from Seth Rollins and in Boston and really does retire with the belt. But as a face, basically. Well, there you go, guys. I believe what I just said is going to be what happens. But could be wrong. Could always be wrong for sure. Hey, man. Thank you guys for being here with me tonight, for hanging out. There's the Night of Champions predictions.
Duncachino?
I hope you enjoyed them.
If I do.
What's my name?
Duncachino.
It's a whole new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
You think your life is tough, Joe? Try and be me. 4 martinis in and several shots. Then he eats a bar pizza. My life turns into a complete shit show. Definitely the dirtiest player in the game.
My God, Ric Flair, thank you so much. I know you really, Ric Flair's pants? Oh, Ric Flair's pants. I heard something about this, that he shit his pants or something, but I think he denied that, right? I mean, come on, Ric Flair. I had been hearing that Ric Flair was shitting his pants, but I thought it was a joke, and I still can't get full on like clarification if that, really happened or not, So we're going to have to give me some time to figure that out, Ric Flair. If we can get any clarification about Ric Flair, potentially shitting his pants, I would like to know about it further. But Ric Flair's pants, I do thank you for that $11 because, my friend, you are indeed the top donator of the stream already. We haven't even really, fully begun, what we're doing here tonight. So, Ric Flair's pants, thank you for coming along. We are trying to get, a clear shot of the shit stains, if we can. But again, we're trying to get clarification that, this poopiness really even took place. But we love you, Rick. I mean, let's be honest, you are a legend, and, I love you, even if everybody else hates you. Ric Flair, I love you. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what you do. I don't care who you've killed. I still love you, Rick. Okay? All right? Listen, we're lucky you're alive. You can piss, shit yourself, cum yourself, do whatever. I don't care what you do. I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm not going to blame you. I'm going to always worship you, Rick. You and your shit-stained pants. I don't care what happens. I love you. Love you, love you, love you. Absolutely love you. Take it over, Leah. We love Ric Flair here. I don't care if he kills somebody. We love him. The Discord is open, folks.
Hey, wrestling fans. This is Leah, Joe's sexy wrestling wife. Thanks to all the $25 or more producers this month. Allison Tuckwab, The Ghost, From the Coast, Brian Jardine, Alan Stober, Snarkbait Sith _Negan, Matt Rossmeyer, Alex O'Donnell. I really, really want to say your name next month. So become one now at patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show.
Well, thank you, whore. I mean, my wife. Yeah, there's so much content on Patreon, it will make your ass explode. So don't miss Patreon, because even if a lot of these shows we don't do anymore, there's, these are like shows that live forever. 25 episodes of Final Frontier, a lot of space talk, a lot of Mandela Effect, Planet X. Of course, there's over 200 episodes of the Corrupted podcast and so much more, including over 200 episodes of Note to Self from me. Talk Spooky with Leah and Monica. Remember them, the two of them with their voices together. You want to rub one out on yourself. There's 4 episodes of those. After Dark. I mean, there's just so much stuff. Morning Madness is on there. I mean, everything's on there. There's so much shit. It's all available. If you're at least a $2 patron or more, you get everything, I think. So, yeah, Patreon's kind of fun if you're looking for weird stuff to download, listen to, audio or video. It's all there on patreon.com/thecronin show. But if you have trouble finding anything, let me know. DM me, because there is a way to find everything if you're having trouble. Although you can search it. It is all categorized. But we're live tonight. Saudi Arabia is coming up. Will a stray rocket blow everyone to smithereens? We don't know. But we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. We'll see what happens. This is the moment a 4-year-old was taken from his crib while sleeping next to his twin brother in Dallas. It was early morning. He would never be seen alive again. What? Why did somebody send me this? This is terrible. Why did someone... Why the hell did you send me this? First of all, this is horrific. Second of all, why is this happening? What the hell are you sending me? What the fuck? On the morning of May 15th, why did somebody send me this terrible story? 5 a.m. in the morning, 4-year-old Cash was taken out of his bed. Brown was arrested the day in charge initially with burglary and kidnapping. During trial proceedings, judge found him incompetent to stand trial for mental health. Neighbors told police he had reported Brown's odd behavior before the crime, including one incident where he tried to abduct another toddler. No charges were filed in that case. The fuck? His father, Trevor, had left the Dallas home and relocated to Houston. He later stated that he did so in search of work and believed it was in the children's best interest to remain in the care of his then girlfriend, Monica. What the fuck? Why did you send me this? Did you want to make me want to die? Like, why did you send me this? This dude abducted this kid and killed him? What? Why did you send me this? Was this prevalent to something other than making me sad? Jesus Christ. And the other twin is around? That's so weird. Why did you send me this? I hate life right now. The fuck? Oh my God. Anyway, Ric Flair's pants donated $11. Why did someone send me this? What the fuck? Why? Anyway, what's up, everybody? What's up, Mustafa? How you doing, man? What's up, everybody? He's a stalker? Damn. What? Why would you? I mean, he's mentally ill. I mean, you don't do that to... Nobody does that to a kid or family or anybody unless there's something like mentally broken inside of them. That is fucking terrible. I also seen the video of that kid being thrown in the airport. They should immediately execute the person that threw that kid. That's crazy. If you assault a kid like that to kill them, bro, you have got to go off the planet like immediately. You got him on video, guys. We got him on video picking up the kid and throwing him in the air and the kid landing on his head. So that guy in that video that's on X that did that guy needs to be like firing squad immediately. And he's in Russia. So I would like to think that you put that guy in the gulag or whatever you call it, right away. You're going in the meat grinder. Unbelievable. Let's take a look. I mean, this is crazy, but the two things that everybody wants to talk about are the Iran-Israel Trump drama stuff, which we've kind of beaten to death. I feel like I don't know if there's anything new today, but we'll play some of it. And then Saudi. Talk a little Saudi. We can talk a little AEW too, because that's what happened tonight. We watched Dynamite, WWE in Saudi Arabia. We won't mention that a little bit. And Iran-Israel Trump drama. Wow. Surprised that won, but that's how bad wrestling is, I guess. TNA, NXT, well, I don't know why I put TNA on there twice. TNA, NXT, or TNA, what? Whatever, you get the idea. Russians should take him out. NBA draft. Oh, God, I couldn't care. NBA draft. No. The NBA should have a... The NBA should be the ones that get draft. Why are there ads on a live stream? Because that's how YouTube works. Brother. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I can't believe Rastafa's in here. I haven't seen Rastafa in forever. Rastafa, what's up, you cracker? What's up, Rastafa, you cracker? You want me to punch you in your cracker head? Huh? All right, let's see if there's any donations anyway. Ric Flair's Pants, thank you for the $11. If you want to donate, Streamlabs is pinned to the top of the chat, and we'll roll on with whatever you guys want to tonight.
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Scissor me, Joe!
Probably TKO will sell WWE to the World Wildlife Fund so they can get their name back.
Well, they got their name already. I guess, yeah, if they sold WWE to the World Wildlife Fund, then they could make it WWF since they own it now. So it could be WWF again. And then the World Wildlife Foundation would basically use WWE to make money for the animals, I guess. I mean that's not the craziest thing that could happen, I guess, right? That could happen. Anything could happen, right? I don't know. This is the same music that made Liver King want to kill Joe Rogan. What music? We're not playing music, are we? Did I play music? Who's Liver King? That's basically what my wife said. She's like, what the fuck is Liver King? I'm like, I don't really know either, but I've heard that he's a viral person. I don't know. But now I know he's saying he's going to go hunt Joe Rogan. Last night, well, we were doing the show live, and Liver King, I guess, was on his way to Texas to kill Joe Rogan or to fight Joe Rogan, whatever, I'm not sure. And he got arrested. And Alex Jones, for some reason, broke this story that the FBI and the police were on their way to Liver King to intercept him. I don't know why, because he made threats, I guess.
Shit bum.
Would you like me to hop on Discord or too soon?
Oh, DJ Glaze, go ahead, hop on Discord and say the N-word 10 times, why don't you? Go ahead, DJ, if that's really you, I don't know. But yeah, whoever wants to run on Discord, go ahead, I'll get you on there. I'll get you on there. Oh, look who it is. It's that famous Bud Light guy girl person. Oh, look at this.
Oh my God, it's day 1096 of being a girl. It's year 3, and that's me on a billboard in Times Square. Ah! I've got 3 Bs, a book, a bath bomb, and a billboard. Oh, wow. Now I think we should hand out some paper doll books to some of these people out in Times Square. Let's go.
Jesus Christ, this is...
Yes, it's for you. This is for you. What's your name?
My name's Jessie.
Oh my God, Jessie, I love you. This is for you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
My name's Ethan. Hi, honey. Nice to meet you. Oh,
Yeah, I love your outfit.
bring the alarms immediately. We gotta go.
New York is fucking retarded. Like, guys, I'm sorry. New York is falling apart. We are, but part of me thinks that we're really just progressing into the next stage of, our evolution of kind of like, anything goes, anything, because we all kind of grew up with that. Like, first the hippies, love, and, then the 90s, like, and then into the 2000s. And it's kind of like, hey, man, anybody can do anything they want, do whatever you want, whatever. And, like, we're at the point now where it's like you really can do whatever, for the most part. Soon it will be, I'm an alligator, cat, human person, and we're all weirdo things. And it's really starting to look like The Fifth Element was right. You know, in The Fifth Element, like, a lot of people are very strange and flamboyant. It's very androgynistic, and everybody can be all kinds of things. I mean, you just look at some of the people in Fifth Element in the theater scene, and, you know, like, even Ruby Rod and, like, some of the sports people and people in the audience, and just everybody is very, like that. And it makes sense. It really, you know, we're kind of moving towards that. We're moving towards The Fifth Element, you know. And I feel like I am living in The Fifth Element. I feel like I'm Bruce Willis. I feel like I'm Bruce Willis at this point, and everybody is just wacky everywhere. But I'm like old now, and I don't care about it. Like I'm over it. When I was a kid, I dyed my hair green and purple and shit, and I looked kind of wild or whatever, but now I'm over it because I've got to try to make money and take care of a family, and that's all I care about. And this shit, you know, is just beyond me. I'm done playing around outside. I don't know, but it's very funny. New York is just fucking ridiculous. You gotta love it.
Okay, I love you. I am so beyond grateful. I feel so happy and just, I can't believe what this 3 years has been, and it's all because of you, and I just want to thank you for making this all happen for me.
I love the siren in the background.
I love you. Thank you, Linktree. Holy crap, here's Book of Mormon.
I don't think that I think that person is very silly and stuff, but you know, people really are mean to that guy, girl, guy, whatever. People are pretty mean to them. I don't know why. It's, you know, just a silly person and very weird. But, like, you know, I don't blame that person because Bud Light put them in a Bud Light commercial, and because other people inappropriately did stuff with them. Not even inappropriately, just like kind of like they missed. It was like a bad decision that other people made. But was it was it Dylan Mulvey or Diane Mulvey? What did they call themselves? I don't know. Mulvey, girl guy? I don't know. But I have no problem with that person. Just very silly and eccentric and possibly mentally ill, or maybe they're not. Maybe they're perfectly 100% with who they are. I don't know. I don't think so, but they're not hurting anybody from what I can see, so I don't care. Let them be happy. That's kind of a funny video. Anyway, kind of freaky, but funny. Yeah, but yeah, they get a lot of hate that I don't think they deserve. Liver King shows off his ankle monitor after being arrested, allegedly threatening Joe Rogan. How can you get arrested for, like, threatening Joe Rogan? How does that happen? Like what I don't understand is people threaten to kill me, my kids, my everybody. People threaten my family. People threaten to do stuff to my kids' school, all these other things. And nothing happened to anybody, from what I can tell, for the most part. I mean, a little bit, but not really. So I guess you can do that, and you can do all these crazy things. But if you do it to Joe Rogan, who's like a millionaire, then you get arrested, I guess?
Pick a funny fight with him. So we're going to go there for that reason, but 200 yards, restrain myself I must do. If anybody...
Is he talking backwards? 200 yards, restrain myself I must do.
Here's how we do it. If anybody's last name is Rogan,
Cronin,
and you're in the capital of Austin, Texas, like Capitol Hill stuff place, like where they make laws, like Rogan versus Liver King, where bullies that are big, that don't just do good and true, are held accountable. Yeah, that's where I'm going to go. So if you don't mind, just don't be there for a little while within 200 yards.
What?
Oh, how about this? If your first name starts with a J and the last name is Rogan, announce yourself if you're at Capitol in the actual Capitol, like where it looks really cool. Where is it at? Where are you at, Capitol? That's where we're going. Somewhere. I don't know if I can see it. Yeah, boy! That's how all roads actually bleed when you're barbarian. So we're going to go there, and I invite everyone else to come. The news should be there. But if your first name starts with a J.
Is he now making some kind of a threat about that place? What is going on?
And the last name is Rogan. I actually do invite your family, and I take it back. I invite you to come to meet my family. That's what I invite.
What?
But because of these things, the ankle monitor and stuff like that, and because of the law, I can't invite you to do that. Not tonight. Not until after July, this date, after these things are resolved, which I can't say. After then everyone is invited, but just tonight I'm going to invite the news, any news who wants to come. Actually, I invite the whole world to join live in real time. I invite everybody, especially Texans. Texas is cool. Welcome to Texas, Rogan. Because I have a curfew. At 9 o'clock, I have a curfew. I have to be tucked away. I get to be tucked away. That's my gift, to be nestled in home with my queen and my boys and my dogs. That's my curfew now, is at 9 p.m. That's right.
Bro, how close is this guy to Chris Benoit and his family? I mean, if this was like me joking around, I could see like, oh, he's playing like a character or whatever. Is he really playing a character? This seems like, if he is, he should be an actor, because this is the most convincing mentally ill, crazy shit that I've heard in a while. I mean, this guy has children and a wife, and he's out there saying this random craziness and going to try to find Rogan. Now he has an ankle bracelet. I mean, are we okay? Like, how is he not, like, what's going on? Like, I feel like this guy is 3 seconds away from choking his kids and putting his wife in a bag and saying that he sent them to live on the planet Zubrov, and he's going to kill himself next to go with them, but first he has to ride the comet of Josari. Like, what is happening?
I have to be, and I'm not allowed out of that.
He also is, I don't know if he's really blaming, but he's sort of saying, like, look what you did, Joe Rogan. I have to be inside now. But it's like, you're the one that were threatening him and talking crazy and then coming to get him. I still don't 100% know how that you can be in trouble for that when other people aren't in trouble for that, but you can be in trouble for that, I guess. I guess because he acted on it. So I could never, so I can't say that I'm going to go find Joe Rogan and try to fight him, and I'm going to be there soon and get ready for me, Joe. And if I make videos like that, and then I actually travel to Texas, and then I start making videos, I'm here, Joey boy, I'm coming to find you. If I do that, I'm going to get arrested and have an ankle brace put on me. Do you think that that's going to happen? Is that really true? I mean, what crime is that? I guess that's threats. Are they threats? I mean, like, if they're very ambiguous about just wanting to maybe fight, I don't know. But Liver King is nuts.
That space until 6 a.m. That's my new curfew. With this,
it's also your fault, you stupid fuck. But I mean, you know,
that's an ankle bracelet. It's a little bit of added weight that makes my legs stronger. It's a unilateral load that adds to coordination that I otherwise wouldn't have asked for that gift. But that's the new gift that one is. We're going to wear that ankle bracelet until we no longer do. But
can you wear that in the shower?
Congruent with that ankle bracelet is the restraint to now have a curfew. So I have to hurry up and get over there because I have a curfew, and that curfew is the gift. So now I got to be tucked in my home a little earlier.
Oh no, now you have to be at home with your family and kids and wife instead of rambling in the streets. Bro, this guy is going to kill himself or somebody, or has brain damage. Like, can we get him tested? Why do they just throw an ankle bracelet on him? Can we, like, get him tested? Like, get his brain, get him into a meeting and like evaluate him mentally? Can't they do a mental evaluation of this man to find out if there's something wrong? 'Cause I feel like he's a danger to himself, maybe. I mean, it could be nothing. He could just be kind of weird, and that's how he acts. But I don't know. This smells like calm before the storm or crazy before the real breakdown. I don't know. Or maybe not. I don't know. But this feels wrong. He's acting bizarre.
With my family? So that's why we're going right now today, and why I've been in a little bit of a rush. That's what's going to be happening next.
Oh, boy.
But in the meantime, my queen and I are going to have a couple of bone-in steaks at the Four Seasons. I said, hey, Christian King, man, he's a barbarian. He's my executive assistant. He's barbarian. He's awesome. Christian, could you get me a couple of pieces of meat? I haven't eaten since yesterday. Since yesterday, I haven't eaten. And actually, I don't think it was yesterday. It was the day before. It's the day before because whenever we left Houston is when I had my last bite of meat.
Who gives a shit? What the fuck is he talking about?
Looking to hold up a principle.
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years. Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Did you see Cody and Kevin Owens laughing about Ryback's indie booking rates?
No.
Ryback responded on Twitter.
Really? No, I did not see that. I think Ryback has me blocked, so I wouldn't be able to see it anyway. I don't know how Ryback has me blocked because he doesn't even know. Oh, maybe he doesn't have me blocked. Feed me more. If I tweet Ryback, you think he'll like just block me immediately? I don't see the response on Twitter. I'm trying to find it, and I don't see it. I don't know. I don't see it on Twitter. I was trying to find it. I don't know. Hungry. Feed me more. Hungry. Let's tweet Ryback. Let's send Ryback a message, guys, okay? Ryback, how you doing, brother? Hey, it's been a long time. Some weird shit gets said about you by some of these other wrestlers and other people. We had a couple of questions. Long time ago, you were going to do a podcast with us, we thought, but it didn't happen. I guess allegedly maybe because Pat Buck or somebody else was lying to us about money or something weird, and it was very strange. And anyway, it became a misunderstanding, and then, we made a lot of jokes that you didn't like, and a lot of things happened. But the bottom line is, I really think that it's about time, maybe if you want, we bury the hatchet and you come on the show. It would be a huge podcast, I think. We do a lot of stuff. I'd make it be as viral as possible for you. Promote all your stuff and channels and everything. We could do it on your channel. I don't care. We could even do it if I called myself Billy. We could call me Billy. I'd do it on your channel. And I have a lot of things to ask you, a lot of things to say. And I would be happy to do it without promoting me whatsoever, if that makes you happy. But I honestly think it's about time that we do something. But obviously, it's totally up to you. I don't know if you can kick my ass or something like that in real life, and then maybe we'll do it after that. I'll let you just beat the shit out of me or something. I don't know, man. But I do have a lot of respect for you in many ways. We made a lot of jokes also. My show has a lot of jokes and comedy on my show. We made a lot of jokes, and I think rightfully so. Some of them maybe not rightfully so. But there's a lot to talk about, and love to help you out. We don't have to do it whatsoever. Certainly doesn't need to be done whatsoever either. But I just think it would be cool to do. I really do appreciate you, and I think it's long overdue that you've come back and wrestled again. I don't know about the medical problems and everything that's been going on, and you got your own businesses and stuff like that, so it is what it is. But, long overdue that you're booked somewhere and you do something, whatever that is. So a lot of questions, a lot of things. Love to do it. Like I said, whether you want to do it on my channel, Joe Cronin Show, or you want to do it secretly, and I'll be Billy, the podcaster, and we'll do it on your channel. I don't care where we do it. I don't care where we do it, how we do it. But even if we don't do anything and nothing happens, I just want to tell you that I got a lot of respect for the grind of how you worked your ass off, where you made it to. You made it further than 99.9% of almost anybody would ever make it to. And I'm some jerk off in my who got a successful YouTube channel, but I'm a jerk off now, and I'm in my fucking basement, so whatever. I got a wife, I got 3 kids, I got the house now. We got this show for over 13 years. I used to wrestle. We do commentary. But in the end, man, the heights that Ryback has reached are amazing. And the fact that he's not back in some capacity somewhere is kind of crazy. But, regardless of why or whatever is going on, it's still amazing, bro. The guys, and I watch Ryback, by the way. I watch what he tweets and things he says, sometimes here or there. Not like a stalker, like that fucking weirdo fuckbag that stalked him before. But I'm talking about, every once in a while I check out what people are saying around, and Ryback has great takes on shit. He's not for all these pussies that stand in front of cars and just crybaby bitches everywhere. The guy doesn't do that. He doesn't get into that shit. So I would think that he would understand, that I'm a Weasley, podcast joker guy, and he would come on the show. But like I said, I'd even go on his shit, and I'd be Billy the podcaster. I don't give a shit about promoting me whatsoever anywhere. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with it would be super interesting to have a conversation with him after all these years of some of the goofiness that's gone on in the past and everything else in whatever. Even if we want to expose me or talk shit about me, that's fine. I really do respect Ryback a lot, and if you know what I mean, I'd let him just I'd let him punch me around in public, just like we could work it, have someone ready to shoot it, and maybe he gets a couple of real shots in there. And if he feels better about it, then awesome. But yeah, I hope Ryback DMs me. I hope he hits me up, and I don't know. It's whatever. But I hope he knows that, the guy's fucking appreciated. He's a smart business guy too. So we'll see if someday that happens. I put him over like crazy. I mean, I also think that he's obviously got, he's a sensitive one as well, and that he's a little bit. That he obviously took things a little too seriously and got all upset. And there was no real reason to get that upset about shit. But, if you want, maybe he wants to fight. Maybe he wants to have a real fight with me in a cage or something like that. You want to do that? We can do that. We can have a fight in a cage.
Finish it. You want to fucking get in a cage with me, Joe? And I'll eat your ass.
Whatever.
Finish it. I'm dead.
Whatever he wants to do. You know what I mean? Ryback, how you doing? Let's do it.
Feed me dick.
I like him. I like him. DJ Glaze is on Discord. Okay, hop on Discord. What do you got for me, you fucking cunt, you piece of shit? No, what's up?
What's going on? Hey, I'll lay back on the racist jokes. If it's hurting your channel, I'll lay back off that.
You'll stop being a racist? Unbelievable.
Yeah. Just for
yeah,
you,
he says. What's up, man? Yeah, I had to suspend you for 3 days. It was unbelievable. But now you're out of office suspension. Here he is back here again. And then also fresh off suspension, DJ Glaze. But also Jesse is in the fields right now. He's looking for some people to hang. So kudos to him. Another one of these white supremacists on the show. We have a lot of them, but everybody loves that part about the show. What's up, brother?
Nice what you did for the apology. That was nice. I didn't think you apologized that was nice.
The fuck?
Really was
apologize
nice.
For what?
Joe gave an apology to Ryback or make a move.
But you should apologize for like all the N-words in just existence and such.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's wrong with you? Like, that's kind of crazy. What the fuck are you doing? Like, because you sound like you might be racist. Like, actually, like you use that word quite a bit.
I got a bunch of
he just enjoys a good old N-word. That's all.
I don't know. It sounds a little weird. I mean, like what you did is almost as bad as Hulk Hogan, right? Like, and you're on the show, but not as bad. Hogan did it in private, and that's weird. That's weirder to me. Like to do it in
I'd
private.
love to know, I'd love to hear him in private.
Yeah, I bet he does it in private
just
too.
That's
the scary thing.
It all comes out watching the news.
Yep, I bet DJ Glaze says, yeah, it was those. Yeah, so I don't know, man.
DJ, even white people, he sees them as goddamn wiggers.
Yep, He's got something for everybody.
You call them crackers.
Have you ever wanted to? Have you ever wanted to go down to Texas to hunt Joe Rogan like the Liver King has?
I don't know what's his deal, man. Like, is he? He needs to be. And you saying he needs his brain evaluated? That would only happen if he dies. He would have to have.
Wait, all I saw. I mean, I didn't give a shit, but I saw some headline arrested or some shit. Does it have to do with Joe Rogan?
Oh, dude, you have got to see it. The Liver. I just played it on the show, so I can't play it again.
It's all good. You don't have to go into it.
Dude,
again.
He's talking crazy, like rambling about like. First I climbed the mountain and then I looked inside. That's where the blood hit me. And I knew I need to meet you, Joe Rogan. I'll meet you anywhere. Man, it doesn't matter because I have my family with me. Who do you have with you? Who are you going to have with me? You're going to want to have your family with you to hold their hand.
Well, why is it being taken seriously is my question. Because it just sounds like every other asshole.
I know that, but it sounds legit. And then he flew down to Texas and then was near Joe Rogan's place.
Well, I mean, honestly, it sounds to me like he's fucking really, really itching for goddamn any kind of clout he can get because nobody buys his bullshit anymore. So,
yeah, because he got caught using steroids and now he has
yeah, he got caught with a lot, like not just steroids. He had a lot of, I think he had like ab injections, all kinds of shit. But anyway, point is like, I think he's just trying to get what he's getting right now. Like, not the arrest thing, but, wants people to talk about him. Unless you think he's flipped his fucking head.
He sounds like Chris Benoit or something. Like he sounds like the dogs are by the pool type of thing.
Dude, can you imagine if Chris Benoit had been we had social media to the level we do now? Like if he would have fucking, I'm gonna do it, and nobody knows what he's talking about.
The crazy ones you don't expect, that'll do something. He might not be crazy and do something, I don't know. But the ones you don't expect and they're all happy and nice and then they come out to be psychos and do something.
What has Joe Rogan said about it? Like, is he actually, because he doesn't seem like he'd be I don't know, maybe he would be a pussy, I don't know. Is he worried about it?
Joe Rogan has said nothing about it. Rogan has said nothing about it. So
he's totally like, fuck him, I'll kick him, he'll just karate kick him or whatever in his fucking fake abs.
Yeah, Rogan probably just said, yeah, I'll kill the guy if he shows up or something like that. But yeah, I just played him a minute ago. He's like, I got this bracelet on. He talks in almost like mystical riddles, or like it's not.
Yeah, he's fucking all talk though. Unfortunately, it's like he's all look and all talk, and there's nothing really there from what I can gather.
Is that what he has always talked like? So he's always sounds crazy, basically?
I mean, well, sometimes crazy, sometimes like he sounds like he's making sense. it's like when you put it all together, though, you realize like he's a lot. Like I said, he's a lot of look and buzzwords and shit. He doesn't really have all the shit he's trying to, portray.
Right. Well,
so
yeah, very strange. I don't know how you get arrested for making vague statements like that. I mean, I'm not sure. Like, people have made crazier statements to me. Like,
did they say what he was arrested for? Like terrorist threats?
Yeah, that's what they said, terrorist threats. But I mean, he was sort of talking, like I said, in riddles almost. Like, I'll be there soon, and you'll hold your
honestly,
family.
It sounds to me like he needs like a 72 eval, like instead of going to jail.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said, is that he needs a mental health evaluation. He like I said, like, you'll hold your family's hand while, if you die, you'll be holding their hands, and I'll be holding my family's hand, but I don't need to, because I won't need them, but you will need somebody.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I mean, they're probably going to do that anyway, mental check and all that. I mean, they can do that in jail, but it's, I don't know. It sounds like he's more crazy than he is. Like, if he was going to do something, I'd be more worried if he didn't talk all this shit and then showed up by his place, and then I don't know, like if he's been talking about it, it's not gonna, I wouldn't worry as much.
It's the ones,
like Joe Rogan's
obviously do it about it. It's the ones that just do it and just not act on it. They just fucking do it and not talk about it.
I mean, you never know. It's just, this guy's got a track record of being full of shit, so
that's kind of what I thought originally, was like that he's just saying crazy stuff and trying to get attention and then going down there for it. But yeah, he is weird though. I mean, and I said, like, is he doing something like I would do something like that, like cut a promo and say I was going to do all these things?
I kind of, but you would know when to stop.
Right.
Like, you might not stop in the middle of the promo, but once shit started getting taken too seriously, you would back off. Whereas it sounds like he's trying to get as much out of it as he can.
But he also
watch out.
He also traveled there. Like, he traveled to the place. Like, that's
Yeah,
the
but
thing.
that's so what? I mean, honestly, that's no. I mean, really, like.
How about the guy that traveled to Boogie? Remember that guy traveled to Boogie and said he was going to do something to him to kill him or whatever? And
I mean, I know that it can happen, but I just don't think any of that's like, you can do all of that and still be full of shit. Like, if he happens to have the money to be able to fly there, most people can't do that for a prank or whatever, but like, it doesn't mean he's actually going to do anything. So I think it's weird he got arrested so easily. Unless Joe Rogan, like, even though he didn't say anything, maybe he personally pressed, like, his family pressed charges or some shit.
So,
they should just have Joe Rogan. Go ahead, Joe.
No, I was gonna get into the Ryback thing really quickly, because Kevin Owens. I guess.
What happened with that?
So I have not seen the clip yet. So I'm just gonna read what Ryback said. So everybody always is crapping on Ryback in these things, like Daniel Bryan and Nick Nemeth. I was made aware of a clip of Owens and Cody Rhodes, two guys I always liked and got along with. It's clear they were referencing me, even with the name censored. They censored his name. Hey, that's kind of like what Ryback did to me for years. Whenever he brought up me, he would be like, that guy, that wrestle guy. For context, I was booked solid for 3 years straight after WWE. My rate was set by then manager Pat Buck, a promoter himself. Hey, it's our buddy Pat Buck, who he says touches old men or whatever. For money, wrestled people for money. A promoter himself, and every promoter I worked with made money and got my full effort. Meet and greets, matches, fan time, all of it. What's often left out is I walked away from a multi-million-dollar WWE contract. I wasn't fired. I needed a 5-disc fusion and full right shoulder replacement at 34. I was told not to wrestle again. I had nerve damage that risked paralysis if continued. I had to stop taking bookings entirely. Why? Because my doctors told me for the stem cells to work properly, I needed to stop wrestling. I also made the choice to stay home and care for my dog, Sophie, who developed severe disc disease, had multiple ruptures, surgeries, and was paralyzed twice. I refused to put her down and just keep traveling and making more money. I already had what I needed. Sophie turns 10 this November, and every second was worth it with her. I poured everything into rebuilding my health and my brand with Feed Me More Nutrition. I've had 20 stem cell procedures and was blessed to regrow all 5 discs in my back. I'm now finally close to being able to return. Wow, I didn't think he'd be able to return. That's kind of crazy. So yes, I do feel the comment was a low blow, especially coming from two guys I respected and spoke well of, but I'm not bitter. I've made peace with WWE and let go of the past. This isn't a storyline. It's real life. Survival, growth, perspective. I wish Kevin a strong recovery, and I send both him and Cody nothing but love, health, and continued success. Well, that was a really, and then someone sent this to me. It was Kermack who sent it to me. It was really a very, like, I think that was a very concise, respectful, and, like, clear response from Ryback there. To respond to this, he could have flipped the fuck out and, you know, been like, fuck them and what the fuck, and, like, he didn't do any of that. So I don't know. It's probably true. I mean, that's got to be true. People always wonder where Ryback was. Like, and that's the sick thing, right? You know, as much as you want to make fun of Ryback for different things, maybe, or you want to joke about somebody, a lot of people respect him. Some people joke about him. But the bottom line is this: the guy has been working and trying to recover and regrow for years, stalling, hoping that it would come sooner than later. And apparently it still could come. And that's crazy. And while this guy is trying to heal, do medicines, trying to, like, regrow his body and be healthy and take care of dogs, and he's got enough money to survive, and he's got his business going. And while that's all happening, people are saying, oh, you know, no one wants to book you, loser. Like, that's got to be crazy to listen to when you know that that's not even the truth. Even if you're like, fuck it, I don't care. They're wrong and fuck them. But it's got to be annoying as shit that all these people think, oh, you're just you're just jerking around. I mean, the guy's had multiple knee surgeries, other things. I mean, I don't know. I didn't hear the clip. I don't know what Kevin and Cody said.
I watched it, but I just didn't hear. I missed that part.
Dude, I just started that interview and then I got busy, so I didn't hear it either.
Oh, I don't think you can hear him reference. He doesn't say They don't say Ryback's name.
I've heard people talk about Ryback, and they either mention him or you can tell when they're talking about him. But usually they just mention him. I don't know why they were so weird about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe legally, I guess because there was all that legal shit with his name and all that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was legal, but maybe it was also they didn't want to, like, upset somebody or target him or something. But he ousted himself.
I like
so
Ryback, honestly. It sounds like he's kind of learned over the years and matured a little bit. Because I think 2 years ago he would have just went off.
I think he's matured.
No, I watch his shit here and there. I haven't in a little while, but, like, I don't know, dude. I kind of dig his stuff.
Yeah.
He just talks about regular shit. Like, it's not all wrestling related and everything. So sometimes he doesn't have much going on up there, you can tell. But then there's times, like, he surprises me.
Yeah. Ryback is weird. He's I've heard him before and thought that he's ridiculous and just ridiculous person sometimes. But I also hear Ryback, and I think he's funny, and he's funny. That's why he should have been on this show years ago, because Ryback would have gotten. He's fucking funny.
I agree.
But
I think that's part of why you guys got into it. Is in some way, I think you're sort of similar. Like, I think if it would have went differently, he would have certainly been on the show, or at least called in here and there and fucking joked around.
Yeah,
because his humor seems to be kind of. I don't know. He lets it out once in a while. I'm like, dude, you're a little sick fuck too, aren't you?
Yeah, no, he's wild too. He's funny. He's a funny guy. He's probably, I'm sure he's watched before, but yeah, I think he's in all realism, in all honesty. Like, I think he's entertaining. I think he's funny. I loved when Ryback did the backstage stuff where he was the bully and he was bullying people, but he was calling them a bully. That's one of the funniest fucking things ever. Like, when he was like, I don't like bullies. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing to me? Like, and then you pan over and it's like a little tiny guy, and then he would just beat the shit out of him. Like, it was very funny. Like, I thought that if he stuck with that longer, he got injured, I think, but or the creative changed that or something. The bully stuff was great. Him just attacking people and saying that they're the bully is funny as fuck to me. But yeah, I don't know if he's people always joke about roids with the guy because he's huge, but I mean, I think he's just on feedmemore.com. Supplements. DJ Glaze, what else you got, man? Saudi Arabia, AEW tonight, all this bullshit going on. What's up?
Oh, I watched AEW. It was very slow. Like I felt droggy because I was like watching the thing. I was like, is it going to speed up? Is it? It just felt slow. I give it a 4.5.
Usually
4.
Ooh.
I mean, dude, normally, like, the one thing I'll say for AEW is I didn't watch, but normally they're the fast show. Like, it goes by even if it's weird or sucks.
So well, they're building up to All In Texas, and it doesn't even, I mean, it doesn't feel like All In is coming up.
Like, that's on their laurels of like, oh, it's just going to be a great pay-per-view with a bunch of matches. The problem is all their shit's always just matches. They don't build up very well.
Yeah,
they have good matches, but it doesn't mean anything if there's no build up or anything like that.
They should have fucking, like, I don't know, different type of matches during the fucking weeks, and then when they do a pay-per-view, then they can do their normal style and it works. Like, I think even their fans that are diehard are getting a little sick of it. Like, how many times can you see, Canadian destroyers and shit and reverse Turk and Rana until you're just like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I say that I noticed was Beast Mortos being the main event because of Mercedes Moné being the that bullshit right there going on. I just thought it was stupid.
Dude, that bitch fucking doesn't waste any time, huh? Jumping from dude. Fuck.
I think that I think Toni Storm is my favorite thing going in AEW still. She's the most entertaining thing. I enjoy her a lot.
Are you liking the Hurt? What about the Hurt Syndicate and MJF stuff?
It's been okay and it's been better recently, but it's not. I'm not really. It's not making me want to watch. If that makes any sense, like. But if I happen to look over and I see MJF in them, like I'm not really hooked on anything yet right now. I don't know, man. I'm so out of it. But when I look over, if I see Toni Storm, I'm like, I gotta see what she's doing. She cracks me up. I don't know. The Toni Storm stuff really gets me. We got a donation coming in.
Super chat
from Botch Club, $1.99.
I'm doing a WWE doc with Vince. Just posted a sneak.
Well, here we go. Let's go check it out on Botch Club's Instagram. It's the best Instagram going. Over 100,000 followers, I think Botch Club has. And let's check them out because they're our buddies. And lots of wrestlers follow Botch Club. It's a beautiful documentary, apparently. Let's see it. And, oh my God, this is going to be dangerous because Vince McMahon is in this Botch Club post. And he looks ripped. Vince McMahon, look at those damn pecs. Look at that. He looks sexy right there.
Well, you haven't seen anything yet. And Miss Sonya Deville, you want to kick me off the team? Well, you got another thing coming to you because what I'm about to show you everyone in the WWE universe is going to be incredible. Anyone that wants to doubt what I can do, well, you haven't seen.
Why was she reading the cue cards like that? I never saw that. Oh, my God. Was that Jasmine girl or Aladdin girl or whatever her name was who was in the company for like 8 years, came up to the main roster finally for like 2 months, and then they released her? I think that's her.
I'm not sure. I'm not looking at it.
Oh, yeah. Somebody in the chat will answer that. I think it's... I want to say that she was on that show that was about like the behind the scenes of NXT. It came out 8 years ago or 10 years ago. It was really good. That show was really good. And there was this girl, and she had only been there about a year, and she was very green, and they were like trying to get her ready for the main roster. And then, dude, she'd already been there actually, I think, for like 2 or 3 years. And then I think 5 or 6 more years went by. She was still in NXT. And then she finally came up to the main roster, I think, in 2019 or 20 or 21 or shit, I don't even remember. One of those years. She finally came up to the main roster, and then they released her like 6 months later. Aaliyah. Aaliyah's her name.
Evolution? Go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
No, her name's Aaliyah. Somebody got it in the chat. TXP.
When is Evolution coming up? Because I know it's going to be sometime soon. When is it?
I don't know when Evolution is. I don't remember. I think is it 2 weeks away or something, or 2 months away? Something like that. Somebody in the chat will know that. I don't even know that shit either. It's all blends together now for me.
Yeah, it's not exciting enough anymore. Both promotions.
Yeah, I don't care. But I mean, like, I'll check it out when it happens, but I don't, like, I have paid no attention to, like, when it's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it just feels like both promotions, AEW and WWE, is just bland. It ain't been the same since, I want to say, last year, the end of last year. Does that sound right?
AEW?
WWE.
Oh, yeah, I would say, no, I mean, it changed a little bit, but I mean, I really think that the downfall has been the minute that The Rock didn't show up at WrestleMania. I thought as soon as The Rock didn't show up at WrestleMania, it just became like, I mean, before that, people were kind of complaining about the Cena build, so maybe it's not even The Rock at WrestleMania, but it just, that the fact that was an incomplete story. It's almost like when a movie, you're filming a movie or a show, and then like one of the main people dies, so you have to either get rid of it or replace them with somebody else. It just was awkward.
Kind of like Yellowstone, the final season.
I haven't seen that, so I don't know what you're talking about, but sure.
This is with Kevin Costner. It's a Western. They basically off
No, I know
him
what
in
it
the
is,
final.
but nope, don't do it. Nope, stop it. Stop it.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
don't fuck it
Shut
up.
the fuck up.
Show, don't fuck it up for everybody.
You've done this before on this show. You just spoil something for everybody.
I mean,
yeah. So
we're one of the only good shows on the fucking air.
Yeah, my wife likes that show. But I think she's watched. There's a couple of different versions of it, I think. But
I mean, I've seen like back a few seasons back, and yeah, it's fucking great. I mean, it's one of those things you have to go back and watch when you get a chance. Me too.
yeah,
because it is good.
I'm not gonna let him do it
can't
because there's no reason to spoil that show. So
I can't remember what brand it is, Paramount or Peacock.
it's Paramount because I've seen it
Paramount.
when I'm watching Star Trek.
Okay.
The Rock has
And then
no
you
clue.
Then you got the 1883 with.
Dude, that show is the only fucking show that like I've seen have the balls to like Paramount like basically built their name on it. Then you get Paramount Plus, and you still don't get the new episodes of that show.
Wow.
Because they want you to fucking like that's how much they want to milk it before they give it to you on something you're paying for. Even
What's crazy,
most things,
dude? What's crazy about those shows is Paramount has Star Trek, and Paramount is pretty like woke or whatever you call it, and you know they've got a lot of different shows, but you know they've got like Star Trek has become awful. They have like RuPaul's Drag Race and some of those things, so they were catering kind of to that audience of people. But now they hired this guy to do a lot of shows. The guy who does Yellowstone, I think, and he's kind of a conservative guy. So, and now they've hired him to do more things.
Kevin Costner or Taylor Sheridan?
The director.
Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah, that guy's like more of a right-wing type of guy. And because of people think that because Trump has some kind of a lawsuit or something against this company, that this is part of the deal. That I don't know how that works, but anyway, the bottom line is this guy's doing a lot of stuff for Paramount. I like Paramount though; they've got a lot of different things, and to have that show, I'm surprised that they have that show. Is what I'm trying to say, because it's so against the other ideology that they have. So I give them credit for having shows like that are different instead of being the same old programmed bullshit. Not that I want any of the shows. I don't want to be thinking about the politics of any show. I don't want to be thinking about. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what the director believes in, whatever. But I mean, if at least like it's not all one full on ideology. So hopefully things get even better on Paramount going forward. But so I have not watched Yellowstone though. But my wife has watched some of it and likes it, and she wants me to watch it. So. And by the way, my wife likes Yellowstone. I'm like, my wife is so weird, man. There's so much stuff. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Are you sure you're liberal? But it's just funny. It's just so weird. But no.
Go ahead, Joe.
What was that?
Go ahead.
No, I'm done. I'm rambling.
Taylor Sheridan makes a lot of good content. He made the sequel of Sicario with Benicio del Toro. He made Hell or High Water with Chris Pine and that guy from Mechanic.
Right.
Hell or High Water was an old 1960s movie or 70s movie.
Yep.
And he made it into a modern movie It came out in 2016. It's about bank robbery. That's all it is. It's pretty good.
Right.
He makes a lot of good content.
Okay, that's cool.
There's also another show that's in its second season. Give me a second. Let me look it up. You can talk right now. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know what's going on in this video. I'm gonna check it out. This guy's walking around the mall like all tattooed, acting crazy. Let's see. I guess so. Do you guys remember the black guy, the bald black guy, Jamal Bowman? He's the guy who pulled the fire alarm during the Senate or the Congress thing where
motherfucker tried to halt like a law going into effect and passing it up to the Senate.
Yeah.
That's a crime.
This guy did not like a law that was happening or whatever, and so he pulled the fire alarm on purpose. We know he did it on purpose. Did the video, and then he got off on it. He didn't get in trouble. He didn't get in trouble for purposely pulling a fucking fire alarm. It's fucking definitely illegal what he did. And now listen to this.
Towards black and brown people.
Catholic
and the problem is we are not dealing with America's original sin and its disease of hate and racism.
So this guy wants to go, you want to go back in time and live in racism, you stupid fucking retard person. You want to go back in time and just like, what do you want to live in racism forever? What do you want to live in the past atrocities of this country forever? You want to go live them and relive them? You have a fantasy about a terrible time in this country and you want to relive it. Instead of how we've progressed forward, you don't want to keep progressing forward. You want to go back in time and live in fucking failure, you four-eyed fag fuck cocksucker.
Towards black and brown people and sexism towards women and anti-LGBTQ sentiment.
Go pull a fire alarm again, you fucking coward.
We are not dealing with that. Your colleagues in the Republican Party do not hold each other accountable when it comes to the racism that comes from the party on a consistent basis.
Congressman, I mean, where are you on?
He's not a congressman anymore, right? So why are we calling him that? I mean, is he still a congressman? This guy was I would never call him a congressman anymore. You pulled a fucking fire alarm like a baby. Like a fucking baby. You got a loser mentality. You're a baby. Now, if he brought up a specific thing, somebody was being racist, and he actually brought up what it was, maybe I didn't hear it. This clip could be out of context. But, I mean, if he brings up a specific moment where somebody is being actually a racist, like, you should call that out, whatever side you're on. I mean, I'm not in favor of the Republicans. I don't like them either. But, I mean, what are you talking about? Let's hear this is going to get even better. Let's hear more from baby dumb fuck.
You can't be calm about this. I'm a black man in America.
You can't be calm about this. I'm a black man in America. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Why are you obsessed with your color and race and everything? Like what? Like who? You will be a loser forever if you act like this.
The reason why heart disease...
I'm white, I can't comment
Listen
on
to what I'm saying. The reason why heart disease and cancer and obesity and diabetes are bigger in the black community is because of the stress we carry from having to deal with being called the N-word directly or indirectly every day.
What? The reason why the black people are obese is because they hear the N-word every day? You say it every day to each other!
Bro, I'm sorry, but that's just not how it works. Now, if you wanted to say that adds stress to shit, sure. But that's not the cause. It's just not how genetics and things work.
Bro, does this guy know what vitamin D is? And does this guy know what skin is affected by the sun? You have a vitamin D deficiency because... what is he talking about? So here's the handicap. I'm going to tell you the handicap right now. And what you could make this argument. What he should do is make a scientific argument. Can we agree that almost everybody needs to, a lot of the times, works inside of a building, right? A lot of us work inside buildings, right? You, me, everybody, right? Most people are working inside an office or working inside a building, right? Yes, okay, we all agree, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? White people have an easier time absorbing vitamin D than black people. So if a black man has to work inside of an office building for 8 to 10 hours, and then a white man has to do that too. A black man would have to get an extra 30 minutes of outdoor sun compared to a white person to absorb the same amount of vitamin D, and it's not even that. I think it's more. So there you could make an argument that setting, already sets you up for failure. And then somebody could say, well, you need to be taking more vitamin D supplements then. And you need to make arrangement. But guess what? White guys, you got to put more sunblock on. If you go to the beach, you got to fucking throw sunblock on. So I don't know. Everybody's situation. You have benefits and negatives and whatever. But what is he talking about? What the fuck kind of victim mentality is this? Like this is a mental illness almost. Why
don't the dumbass just get in the fucking tanning bed?
Listen, DJ, I don't want to hear anything from you about this guy, okay? You shut the fuck up before you say something before you say something terrible. You're the reason this guy could be dying after what you said this past week. You've caused this guy at least 7 or 8 fucking N-words this week, you racist piece of shit.
If your colleagues would listen and try to learn and engage and grow and stop being so hateful, we could have a better country.
Jamal.
But unfortunately, we're still here.
Jamal,
It's coming from one side.
Jamal, I feel your passion, and I understand where you're coming from, sincerely. I really, really do. It happens on both sides, Jamal. You might think it happens more on your side. Jamal.
You're never going to get through to him after that comment.
Jamal, when I leave the show, Jamal, you should see my Twitter feed.
And they're acquitted. Rodney King.
This guy's talking about Rodney King from 1990. Well, Jamal, guess what? Rodney King happened in the early 90s, and you know what it did? It opened up my eyes to the racism and to injustice that some people dealt with from police. So Rodney King is somebody who really made an effect on a lot of white people and other people seeing what things could happen. So the fact that you're going back to Rodney King now, why? Why are you going back to that now? We had riots after Rodney King. You bashed a couple of innocent white truck drivers' brains in, and you killed several other people. Are you really not over Rodney King yet? What do you want to do? Do you want to go into the streets and kill more white people? How many dead white children do you want to kill and cut up before you'll finally say that, okay, we've moved on finally? Or what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? You look like Devon fucking Dudley, by the way.
Abner Louima. Eric Gardner, Trayvon Martin, black cops.
Bro, do you want to know the names of all the white people that the cops have killed? No, you don't know them. So let's sit here. So I want to tell you, let me explain to you the reverse racism of all this stuff. Cops kill more white people than black people, and guess what? Cops have killed awfully and wrongfully have killed so many white people, and it's on video. We have videos of it. You can go look it up, the white people that the cops have killed by accident or wrongly or aggressively. Do you know any of their names? I bet you don't. But we know lots of black people's names that have been killed wrongfully by cops. And by the way, Eric Garner was ridiculous. They choked him to death over nothing, really. Over nothing, Eric Garner was killed. Disgusting what the cops did to Eric Garner. But guess what? They've done it to white people too. The videos are out there. Do you know their names? You don't. Shut the fuck up. But whatever. He's going to keep going, and then he's going to pull a little fire alarm when he doesn't get his way. Oh, Obama was president for 8 years.
In Memphis, it's not the same. And I don't want to qualify or quantify pain. That's not what I'm talking about. Everyone goes through pain. But the racism in this country is a disease that will destroy us. And it's destroying us right now as we speak. January 6th, everybody was pardoned.
Listen, listen. Now he's going into January 6th. Like January 6th, everybody was pardoned. Okay, a lot of injustices happen. I can't agree with his like craziness about only racism is the problem or whatever. But what you can say is there is racism all around. And there is still racism to black people, and I'd like to focus on some of that, but at the same time, this guy is like Chicken Little, the sky is falling. This guy is glass half empty, and he's in full fucking panic mode, and it's like, I think it's unnecessary. He's got a point that there's still some things to do out there, but again, I mean, he's just a biased person. He's not a smart person. He's erratic, and he was raised, and this is what happens when you're raised like a victim. Crazy. Anyway,
or raised without a father.
Well, dude, everybody's doing it. Like, it's fucking stupid. It's
I
not
do
about
it.
race. Huh?
Yeah, no, I do it. I've done it. I did it this past week about Trump. I was like, what the fuck is going on? You know?
No, I mean, like, I just mean, like the gays. It's not about being gay. It's not about wanting to be accepted for this or being black or this or that. It's just people wanting to look for excuses why they're unhappy and why they're failing, and And the truth is, like, a lot of us are like we all feel kind of hopeless, but I think it's like an extra degree where people don't even want to fucking think differently of like why don't I just fucking accept what's going on and do something about it instead? Fuck it, let's blame my skin or the whatever.
Yeah, it's like critical. It's almost like critical thinking or whatever. Like you just said, like nobody and we all have to do this because this is life. You have to look at the board, and you have to be like, okay, this is against me, that's against me, but I need to now. How do I maneuver out of this? Regardless, it doesn't matter. Like, oh, some things are on my side, some things are against me. Let me go grab all the things that are on my side and go for those things, or fight through things. But yeah, there's no critical thinking. There's no evaluation. Although he does have some of that. He really does. Like, that's the thing he doesn't understand. It's like, dude, you, despite being very victim-like, you still made it to the point of congressman, right? You made it to that point, despite you say the racism and everything, the fucking sky is falling. You still wiggled your way into becoming a successful person as a congressman. And then what did you do on your way in your downfall? You continued to become more about victimhood, and then you even pulled a fire alarm. And in doing that, it exposed you. It exposed you for being kind of a shit person, and you did not get reelected because you didn't work for the people and you didn't problem solve once you got to your point of power. You then became a victim and somebody minuscule. And most of the people who voted for you looked in the mirror at themselves and said, I'm better than this guy. And then you didn't get reelected because of that. You degressed, you decreased, you let like your own entropy pull you down, and you diminished as a person. You once were a leader who people believed in, and then you showed your true colors that you're a victim, and you regressed. That's what you did, and that's why he lost, because he regressed. And this is just more regression, and it's the regression train, and you're on a network like CNN that is in full regression. And guess what, man? The cream rises to the top. Well, what goes up must come down, and it's all coming down between this guy, CNN, and everything they're talking about. It's all failure. Is all
MSNBC.
I mean, it's all failure. I mean, that's why Trump is the president. I mean, there's so many things to point to as to what, and then he can't even get the science right. Why do people have different advantages and disadvantages? Instead of being a victim and saying that there's this racism and black people are sick because they hear the N-word, what he should be talking about is, hey, we should educate children more in schools as to their health and about when you get out of school, what to do with business and money and health-wise, and not just black children, but like all children.
All of everybody, yeah, dude, because
Yeah.
nobody knows how to do that shit.
Right, nobody's going to do that. Nobody tells you and makes you understand this stuff about your skin. Why are black women having, more, issues in hospitals and teaching kids that, certain hospitals are better than others and how to look up reviews and, what type of weight you should have, and health class about pregnancies and taking care of your body and what things can lead to down the road. I mean, they briefly mention little things maybe when you're a kid, but nowadays they barely mention it, even more or less than they did when we were little. But he's worried about, oh no, black people are sick and they lose babies and they die earlier because when they have to hear the N-word. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's just
The real problem in the black community is there's not enough fathers to guide the young men.
Oh boy.
And that's what it is. It's not enough.
You could say that about a lot. You could say there's shitty parents in every group, and not just whether their parents are there or not. Like that's just not a good.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, no father in a home is bad, no matter what group it is, and it happens to be that group leads in that category. But yeah,
But it's just as bad if you have two parents and they're both terrible, or
yeah,
what, you know,
you
or
could have two parents that beat you,
on.
or you could have two parents that beat you. But yeah, no, I mean that's a problem.
Or even just like, or parents that just don't have good stability, or it's always off and on, or some shit. Like it's like they're all excuses.
I just think his points are terrible. Like he could talk about some racism that still goes on, and he could say, but he should do it in a better way. He should say, like, here's the thing, guys, our country is great and everything is moved ahead so much, but with the churning up of a lot of the tribalism and stuff that's going on now, you're starting to see all these different hate groups rise up, and there's almost a hate group for everybody now. And you're starting to see some of that racism and stuff churn back up for everybody. But specifically in the black community, these are the particular like racist things that are still happening that I'm concerned about, and here's what they are. And he lists a couple of those examples, and then you could actually have a conversation. But because he can't do that, all he knows how to do is like it's just fucking retarded. You need to get a better person who can speak on specific incidents and situations that they were actually concerned about and how to bring those up, and he doesn't know how to do that. He just knows how to make believe, cry baby. And so he unfortunately diminishes and hurts the whole thing. He hurts the black community with his just.
Well, that's what a lot of people are doing, dude. For gay community, black community, any community that like really does need a voice, they're always. It seems like whoever's speaking for them makes the whole goddamn group look bad anymore.
Well,
like nobody.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the people talking are always the alphas, and they may be crazy. But let's talk about the group that's really been affected by a lot of things. You're part of a group, of course, Murderers Anonymous, where you guys kind of go around and sometimes you kill people and stuff like that. And, you keep it on the lowdown and hopefully you don't get caught and stuff like that. And you guys all converse about, like, your killings and how things went. Why don't you, would you care to talk a little bit about your community? Oh no, I made Jesse blind himself.
No, dude, I just got icy hot sweat in my eyes.
Oh
Fuck.
boy. Oh no. Yeah, you got to get that out of there. David in the chat says
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, that sucks. This guy's a black supremacist. I'm not sure.
Black supremacist.
I don't know if he's a black supremacist. He might be, but I don't know if he's a black supremacist, but he's a scarily overly emotional person who could potentially cause bad things to happen with his over drama and his victimhood
He's not the
mentality.
right person to be speaking on this
Right.
at all. Like the way, he didn't make any good points. Like you said, like he could have made good points, and he made ridiculous points rather.
Yeah.
And it hurts the cause. I mean, I don't get it. Like we're not. That's why I say it's not about fucking skin color and shit. It used to be, and now it's like they're. Because if you think about it, it's like, why do we have to go through all this again? We all fucking learned this a long time ago, race and accepting each other. It's because it's not even that.
Well,
it's on another level.
Because sometimes, sometimes things still happen, and because there's always going to be racism, like everywhere. Like there's going to be somebody who doesn't like a white guy. There's going to be somebody who doesn't like a black guy.
I don't feel like any of this is actual racism now. That's what I'm getting at. Racism is just like a buzzword at this point, just to give you an excuse to go after people because you just want to go after people. What
I'm saying is, like, there's probably always going to be a certain amount of bad people, and there's going to be an amount of racism. Yeah. Whether that's there'll be people that hate you for your religion, there'll be people that hate you for your color. And I think that a lot of people just need to accept that. There's going to be some people that don't like a white guy doing something for them or whatever. There's going to be some people that treat black people or white people or Muslim people different. There's going to be some people who don't like Jews or whatever. There's always going to be, whatever level, maybe there's only like 1,000 people in the country, or maybe there's 1 million people in the country that are like this. But there's always going to be some level of prejudice or something that's whatever, whether you're just kind of a little bit partial to certain things, or you're prejudiced, or you're racist, or you're like evil, like whatever. There's going to be some portion or degree of that with everybody, or not with everybody, but with certain amounts of people. Everybody has it, and that's just the fact. I mean, it's going to happen, and you need to watch out and try your best as a community and a state and a country to try to weed out or to dissuade any of that, so that, like, a guy doesn't get, nothing is fair in life, but what you hope for is by the end of your life, it was mostly balanced. Like, maybe you ran into a cop one time who didn't like you because of your skin color and gave you a ticket. Okay, that sucks. But maybe you ran into some people who were like, that were really good to you because of stuff. And so you hope that things kind of balance out, or at least were somewhat as fair as possible.
But yeah, basically, like, you hope to learn the other side of shit by the end of your life. Like, you don't want to just learn one side of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but if you are so hardcore that you're only looking for all the racist incidents, if you're only searching for all the racism to black people, that's all you're going to know. That's all you're going to find.
That's all you're going to see, yeah.
And if you only search all the racism to white people, that's all you're going to find. And if you're only like the Muslim guy that just got elected, or that's going to be elected in New York, it looks like, I don't agree with a lot of his policies, and he seems a little strange, but at the same time, he was the only guy that said, I'm not going to go jerk off Israel. I'm going to try to help New Yorkers. And I liked him. I was like, that sounds good. This is the only guy that wants to do that. But I don't agree with a lot of his policies, and he seems a little wacky. But what I don't agree with is people being like, "Oh, 9/11 happened in 2001. Now we've elected a Muslim." Well, isn't this fucking America? What are you gonna do? Never elect a Muslim? I agree that, like, England is, like, in bad trouble. They've got people being stabbed. They've got a lot of Muslim people invade. Like, it feels like an invasion or whatever. But in America, we're supposed to be a melting pot of everybody. So listen, this guy's going to become maybe the mayor potentially. Maybe he won't, but maybe he'll become the mayor. And what if he runs things okay? What if his policies just suck? But people are going to that he's a Muslim. And I mean, like, is this not America? What do you, like, I saw Charlie Kirk posted, like, oh my God, New York has fallen. Well, so you don't believe in America, that we're a melting pot of everybody, and you think that we should never have a Muslim person who could be mayor of the city? I mean, so I understand the caution and the irony kind of this guy becoming mayor, but at the same time, like, it doesn't matter. Like, clearly America doesn't care. If you're good, you're good. If the guy fucks up and sucks, then he won't be reelected, I would think. So, I don't know. Like, I guess I'm like, I mean, I'm not. I think his policies are a little weird, and I think that things are probably going to go bad for them, it sounds like. But this is America, and you're supposed to. If somebody can't become a mayor because at some point 9/11 happened from the Saudis, we don't even know what 9/11 was 100%. Saudi Arabia, the Jews, the Muslims, whatever. I don't know who the fuck did it. What happened? I don't even really know. And also, there's how many billions of Muslims on the planet? Like, I don't know, man. It's just weird. I don't understand it, and I don't like religion. And to be honest, like, Jewish people and Muslim people, all their fighting and stuff, they scare the fuck out of me. I would move to a different world if I could, where religion didn't even exist, to stay away from all those people who want to just fight forever. So I am a little concerned, but in the end, it's America. You got to take the risk. In America, you take the fucking risk. It's a freedom. That's why we have guns, and people can have guns, because even though bad people do bad things with guns sometimes, we don't ban the guns, because guess what? It's America, and you roll the dice, and you hope that the good outweighs the bad, and we become better than ever. And so why aren't you rolling the dice with the Muslim guy? Why can he not, try to lead? If he sucks, he won't be reelected, you would think. But to preemptively say, like, oh, this guy could never be whatever, I don't know, it's just weird. Is it America or is it not America? Anyway, I'm on a fucking tangent.
Yeah.
But anybody wants to donate, go ahead. This might be your last chance. It's 11:50 at night. We've been rambling on. You want to talk about AEW tonight? You want to talk about Saudi Arabia? You want to talk about WWE Night Champions? You want to talk about other news? You want to talk about the stuff that's been going on everywhere else? Feel free to do it in a donation. Streamlabs is pinned to the top of the chat. If you guys want to support me in this show, now's the time to do it. Streamlabs pinned to the top of the chat right now. Or Super Chat, become a member, do all that stuff. DJ, anything else that you wanted to mention?
You said Diddy's all his charges are dropped. Not all the charges.
Not all the
just
charges. Yeah, read the. What charges are dropped? I don't even know.
I think it's RICO.
Oh, so are they just trying to get the like? I don't understand why this is happening this way. Like, I mean,
Yeah, the lawyer, basically, I want to prove that there's no count of these charges on the list, and the judge made it and disapproved and said this will be RICO will be off the list, but that doesn't mean they can prove that it was racketeering and sex trafficking, stuff like that. So they still can prove it, but it's a matter of how they prove it. And they're about to get deliberation. Will be, I would imagine, hopefully before the 4th of July. So, they got some time to deliberate on the counts.
All right. I just can't believe with all that was supposedly being accused of P. Diddy that nothing's happening. Pretty much.
He still can go to jail, but not for the time that was originally planned.
Why? Like, what is this? I mean, like, what is going on? We have no, like, real anything happening with the P. Diddy thing that was amazing. Oh, it's so crazy. And then there's no Epstein list still.
Listen, there's a bunch of mob bosses that got arrested a long time ago, like Michael Franzese, who's the other guy from New York, Sammy Gravano. And they both said, I'm trying to see where there's RICO involved. And they said, I can't see at all where there's RICO of any kind in Diddy's case. The sex trafficking maybe, but not the RICO racketeering, because there's not enough, co-conspirators to prove that they all are witnesses now, not co-conspirators anymore.
Yeah.
So it'd be hard to prove, racketeering RICO that happened. Now, sex trafficking is another thing because he did have males, prostitutes and female prostitutes cross state lines. So that's federal. That can still be, charged, and that he probably will be charged with that. But I don't know about RICO.
Explain what RICO means. I don't even fully understand what that means, and I doubt some people here do.
It's what the mob was charged with.
Yeah.
What's his name? Trump's favorite lawyer. That was the mayor. I can't remember his name to save my life.
I don't know what it means though. Like I don't understand.
Hold up.
There's lightning.
Racketeering, influence, corrupt, designed for organized crime. Prosecutors target enterprises by focusing on patterns of racketeering, which involve serious crimes committed individual associated with the enterprise. This law was enacted in the 70s. Rudy Giuliani, that's who it was, Rudy Giuliani, and he went after the mob, all the mob bosses.
Yeah, and it's just to stop racketeering across state lines, and so instead of the people that they were going to use as co-conspirators for the RICO case, now they're witnesses, so they can't. You have to build a RICO case. You have to prove amongst a bunch of people that they worked together and conspired to do it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're witnesses. They're snitches. They're not co-conspirators anymore.
There's weird weather going on everywhere today. I don't know if you guys noticed this. One of the weird weather events is apparently going on in Japan. Looks like fucking.
What do you mean by weird?
Like
what's weird about it?
Weird lightning strikes. If you think, let's take a look. This guy wrote, if you think this is normal, you're crazy. It looks like a fireworks mixed with like lightning. This is very weird. They look like fireworks. But I don't know. Like, I feel like this is a fake or something, but the people are saying it's not fake. And like, there's a huge flood in China apparently right now that's going on. And there's weird lightning strikes like this. If this is really lightning, it's very weird. Could be some kind of an effect or video effect or something.
Yeah, it's hard to know anymore what the fuck's what.
Yeah, people think that the poles are shifting faster or something, and something's going on. You know, a lot of people think that the elites built on.
I mean, usually things are going to change over time, like in weather and things, just the way the Earth is. But like, none of it's going to be like instant.
Right.
So like, if something all of a sudden just starts happening, it's like that would be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't believe the video if it was too,
Yeah, I
crazy.
recently found out that usually when the poles switch, which could be a pretty big event and a crazy event, if the poles switch normally, like apparently they usually do, allegedly the scientists believe that the poles may actually shift like every 10 to 60,000 years or something like that, but they shift naturally, and so over 300 years they slowly shift into the new position, and it's not a big deal. But every, I forget what they said, like every 400,000 years or 500,000 years, they shift like almost erratically, like in an instant. And that's the scary thing when bad things happen. So I don't know if that's, we don't know it's true, but like that is something that they're looking into and they're worried about. And there's a lot of data to show that it's the poles moving, the movement is sped up. Ever since the 90s, it's sped up like quite a bit. Like, and it keeps speeding up more and more and more. So they're wondering, when is this gonna, is this gonna keep graduating this way until they flip slowly, or is it gonna be a fast flip? And nobody really knows, but I don't know.
I think a scientist has already. I watched it or something. One of the scientists said that it's already been flipped. It's just a matter of how slow the process is, and I don't think it's anything that we can be concerned about.
Yeah, what they said, it was like, it's normal for it to flip and whatever. But I don't know, there's definitely something moving and it's still happening.
Yeah, it takes time. It all kind of started around 2019, 2020, and all this weird weather kind of started.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, they say it's like the global warming stuff, but we don't know if it's the global warming or if the warming the warming of the planet is from the magnetic pole shifting, or the direct sun warming could be what's shifting the pole. I don't know, but something's up for sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of this. I found a really crazy article the other day, and let me see if I can. I'm gonna try to pull it up, but it's wild, dude. Like it's very freaky. And then this other guy the other day says that Israel. I don't believe it, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe it. But they say they're in contact with aliens. This is actually a crazy story that's out there with the real media talking about this. And I'm gonna play the clip as soon as I can find it. It's fucking crazy. The guy's like, "Oh yeah, we know aliens, and America, something about America and Israel are dealing with the aliens." I mean, it goes back to that same story we heard years ago about, remember Eisenhower or something met the aliens or knew the aliens or whatever. So
Roswell, New Mexico.
Yeah,
1947.
so if you've heard about that, like, this is along those lines, but I'm trying to find.
I don't believe in aliens. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't not believe in them, but I don't know if that's true. But I'm sure that there's
I believe in the government that's doing all this.
Oh, here it is. Listen to this.
Aliens exist, and President Trump knows about it. That's according to Israel's former space security chief. In an interview with an Israeli newspaper, he said the aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are. NBC News chief global correspondent Bill Neely explains this one.
Hi, Alison. Well, this is quite a story, and it comes from the man who headed Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years. Chaim Eshed is making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years. Not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. He has called them the Galactic Federation of Aliens, and he says President Trump is aware of the existence of these aliens and had been on the verge of revealing their secrets, he claims, but was asked not to do so by the Federation in order to prevent what he calls mass hysteria. Well, the retired general says the US and Israel have kept it from the public because, quotes, humanity isn't ready and the aliens don't want to reveal themselves until humanity can evolve, he says, and understand what space really is. Well, the good news is that he claims an agreement has been reached between the US government and the aliens, a contract to do experiments here. There's also, he says, a secret underground base on Mars where there are American and alien representatives.
So, first off, I'm going to say why I don't think this is true is if this were the case, do you think that Israel would be running around bombing people? Do you think if Israel was in contact with powerful extraterrestrials that Israel would say, well, you know what? Let's go commit a genocide on Gaza. Even though we were attacked and slaughtered, let's go kill like 50,000 people. And then let's attack Iran kind of out of nowhere as well. So, first off, I don't think that if America and Israel were in contact with aliens, that we would want them to see us acting like savage psychos. So I don't believe that. Second of all, I believe the reason why this person who worked there for 30 years is now saying this, the reason why this could be happening and why this person could actually be believing that, and maybe this person is not lying, they really believe this. And the reason why they believe it is because potentially they were told this as part of a, not a psyop, but kind of, where it's like, you know, you want to make sure this guy is not leaking information, so you tell people certain very secretive things that aren't true, so you can find out who if they will talk about it or if they'll leak it. So potentially Israel and America have something, like a secret something. Whatever the secret is, we don't know what it is. They have some kind of a secret. So they tell this person this information, and then what does this guy do? He comes out and leaks it, right? Or he tells it. So, okay, good. Never tell him that other info. You know, he's going to do this. Right? I mean, so those are the two things that make me believe that it's not real and that this guy is either, you know, this was a lie told to him to see if he would expose himself, or it's just not true anyway, because why would these aliens be involved then with us acting like fucking warmongers? It just doesn't seem like we would want to be engaging in war with all these different people if you know, we knew aliens and we had bases on Mars. You know, I'd like to think we do and stuff, but yeah. So there's my my opinion. Anybody else have any thoughts on that?
I just don't see how aliens can. I think the government creates all this technology, or it was founded a long time ago, and they just created it. I don't think aliens are real, in my opinion. If they were real, something would have happened by now.
Well, I don't know, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. First of all, there could be old tech from other civilizations that used to live here, like you said, that have been left over, and that's what we have. It's not aliens, it's old civilizations. And it could be the government is setting up for some kind of a big psyop with all of us to make us believe aliens have landed and that sort of thing. Yes, that's true. I mean,
they did this back in the 50s. They tried to scare people about aliens back in the 50s and early 60s about this stuff, and it wasn't. Stalin basically made all the space stuff to scare the U.S., and then the U.S. did it right back.
It's like the WWE, right? If the leaders of the world are smart, they know that people are tired of war. We've graduated into a higher plane people really don't like war. I mean, they still will. We'll still war forever. We are savage, but we have still graduated quite a bit, and we really are sick of war. Like, we're so connected to the world now. Like, it's so ridiculous. I have seen so many great people in Israel and Iran and Iranians and the people in Gaza. Like, all these people are humans. Like, and I love them all. And none of us want to be at war, even though some people do. So we're just graduating. So like, what they should do to control us is do what WWE would do. You give the fans what they want, and the government should know that people are thirsty for aliens or to find out some big bombshell news. So I'm sure the governments are working very hard, potentially, on creating a huge scam that aliens are going to land or aliens are in contact with us. Man, the power they would have over everybody if they could convince everybody that there were aliens, but it's really them. And the aliens said that we have to do something or the planet will die. Somehow the government uses that against us all. I mean, if they could do that, they would have a lot of control, I think, and that could be what they do. But I hope to God that there are aliens and there's some big awakening coming and something really cool that we're going to find out about existence and about ourselves, and that's what I hope for, because I would think that would be really cool to find out that there's more that we don't understand, and there's people, there's someone out there that's kind of here to tell us about it. That'd be wild to find out that information, but I don't know if I believe this because of the reasons I just said. It feels like a psyop on that poor guy. I mean, certainly the guy could be mental or crazy, but also it could be a psyop on him or a way for them to find out he's lying. You tell people misinformation. You bring a guy into a nuclear program or something, and you tell him a couple of things, right? You tell him like, hey, just want to let you know, we know who killed JFK, all that sort of stuff. It's crazy, bro, but you're never going to believe this. JFK was actually killed by a turret that we had set up, and the button was pushed by a Japanese guy named, Tatsunaki or whatever the hell. And, it's crazy. The Japan government helped, somebody, whatever, assassinate him. And you come up with some crazy story, and you tell the guy this, and then you tell him a couple other things, and then you wait. And then you move on, and every 5 years you give them more, and you give them some real information. And until the person graduates to a security level that you're comfortable with or that you're okay with, it's almost like Scientology. In Scientology, you're only told so much until you graduate to these next levels. And finally, after like 30, 40 years, you're 40 or 50 years old, and now you start to find out even more about the Scientology, and you really know some crazy dirt, but you've already committed so much of your life. It's less likely that you're going to turn on them and spit out all their secrets, right? So that's what happens to a lot of these people. Like, people think that's what happened to Bob Lazar with some things. Not everything, but some things. I don't know. But I just don't believe it because of those reasons.
Yeah, I got you. So, do you think that... Well, damn, I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck, never mind.
Do I think aliens are hot, sexy? Yes.
No. No. I was trying to think. I forgot what I was going to say, but as for... Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, well, go ahead, because I was going to wrap it up, because I think we've ran through just about everything we could, and I don't think there's any more donations, and I think everything, I think I got everything I wanted to kind of get to. We're 2 hours into the show. So yeah, anything else?
Yeah, I think people need to realize that, if aliens are real, if they are real, something would happen already sooner rather than later. I just think it's the government or an individual government doing this, making things like the flyovers. Those are like, it's at night. It's the government. That's all it is.
Yeah, Liver King got arrested. He has a thing tied around his ankle bracelet or whatever you want to call it. And this is New York. You know, New York is so weird. If it's not a bunch of weird Jew rabbi people with books and weird beards looking like Weird Al, it's a bunch of guys in towels doing this. I mean, can we ever get some Americans doing this in New York? This can't be New York, though. This has got to be like the Middle East.
No, that's Middle East.
Yeah. I was just joking, but. Man, Muslim raves are wild. You know?
Yeah. That's the weirdest rave I've ever seen in my life.
Kind of like KKK rallies. Look at the Liver King. He's ready to go, man. Cast this guy in the next Game of Thrones series. I'm ready for my close-up. My eyes are different. He looks kind of scary, too.
He looks like he done raped somebody. Right in the mouth.
Pat McAfee says that he's being pretty exhausted when addressing his absence for commentary. Yeah, the guy goes and does a million things. Like,
yeah, it's that time of year. Football's right around the corner. I mean, don't they know that college football starts around late August and it's already about to be July? I mean, he's trying to do what he can for football and NFL. I mean, he can't put all his time in the WWE. I mean, it would make no sense. He is on College Game Day.
Oh.
Go ahead, Joe.
No, it was something played by accident.
Yeah, I mean, he's on College Game Day. I mean, he's basically replacing Lee Corso. I mean, he's that's the icon right there, and now he's the face. He's the face of College Game Day in the sense because of his.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the guy does a million things. He's fucking tired. I think he's gonna run out of steam soon, and you know, be like, yeah, you know what? I love WWE, and I love this was my dream. It was awesome, but you know, in reality, it's just easier to be a fucking ESPN podcast host and those type of things than it is to be a full-time grinding wrestling commentator. And the other stuff makes him more money. He makes 75% of his money comes from his podcast and all that stuff. So it just, you know, he lived a dream and he's living a dream. But, you know, I'm sure he needs a break. I mean, the guy can't fucking go 7/7, 24/7. So WWE, when will you ever call me Joe Cronin? Because I owe $60,000 in taxes and I have no job right now at all. And so I would be glad to come on the air as a color commentator or as a heel commentator or as the play-by-play guy. So Road Dogg and WWE, you are literally losing, and you've wasted me sitting here in a basement when I could be doing stuff for you on your program for at least 100,000 or 150,000, and I would be happier than shit. And you would have somebody dedicated who wouldn't be leaving ever, and that's it. But you won't do it. So here we sit. Here I sit, and you can bring on Neutral Zone Corey Graves with Michael Cole, the Bland team from Bland World. Very good. Anyway.
Yeah. Go ahead, Joe.
No, DJ, I'm out of here, man. You got anything else?
Yeah, Corey Graves is pretty bland, and now that Pat McAfee's not on, it's just kind of commentating is kind of boring. It's not. You don't feel interested.
I like Corey. I think Corey's good, and obviously Michael Cole is like a legend, but you know, I just find something is missing, and it is what it is. I'd rather it's just something's missing. Thank you, DJ Glaze. Thank you to Jesse. Love you, brother. Thank you, guys. DJ Glaze, freshly back from his suspension, which he said some things that were ridiculous. I don't agree with, as you know, but I'm also no wokey either. But I don't think he's actually a racist person, or in all realism, I don't think he is. I am a little concerned, but I don't think he's really racist. But he did say the N-bomb a couple of times, which is weird. But after some investigation on his private social media accounts, it looks like he's not. He's just careless, potentially, and ignorant with his language. So he is back. But I think a lot of our audience likes him anyway. And a lot of our audience will just call him a stupid cracker. So there you go. Love you guys, man. Thank you guys for listening. I hope anybody had anything to say. They said it in the chat, and they talked about it in the chat. And, it's been a rough ride last week. Probably not going to be on tomorrow. Road Dogg gave Michael Cole the wrong footage of me, but that's okay. Altered my life. Somewhere in an alternate reality somewhere, Road Dogg gave Michael Cole my good commentary, and Michael Cole went, yeah, let's call him. Get him in here. Somewhere in an alternate universe, Road Dogg did that. He gave Michael Cole my professional, real commentary. And then they said, wow, we could do anything with this guy. Let's bring him in. But we're living in this reality where Joe Cronin sits in a basement staring at a camera, wasting his talent and life away, where he does a 2-hour podcast and makes $14. Let me chug some water. I hope everybody has a good day. Night of Champions is coming up, and we'll see what happens Friday. And have a good Thursday. I'm gonna go choke myself. I'll see you guys later.
It's time for your Cronin show. They don't know what they're doing. Let's go. He's ball slide under Austin. Super kick, he got it. Michael Cole, the left handle, and and a hot shot. Michael's off the rope. Baseball slide under Austin. Super kick, he got him. Michael, 1, 2, 3. Let's fucking do this. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. WWE and AEW. Let's go. Latex is on now. Let's go. Tearing shit up. Joel Cronin, from the fat New Yorker and his wife. Welcome, smell, let her boss. Let's do this right. Almost time tonight. DRL's gonna die like
fall just like a stone, rolling ever faster to this nightmare you've sown. You had it all in your grasp, but in a breath your minutes passed. Now at last the end has come. You are all alone, out of time. So say goodbye. What is yours now is mine. And I dream broken dreams. I'll make them come true. I'll make them for you. Have you ever heard an ovation for Randy Orton like you're hearing right now from the WWE Universe in his hometown of St. Louis? It is absolutely deafening in this building right now.
And now Hogan does make the tag. Here comes The Rock. The Rock going after Kurt Angle. Here we go. Rights to Angle's face. A big one coming. Then sends Angle over the top rope to the outside. And now Jericho's the legal man. Back elbows to the back of the head. Jericho off the rope. Here he comes. Up. Spine buster by The Rock. And The Rock, the most electrifying move in all of sports and entertainment. Here comes The Rock. Off the rope. And he's gonna drop the punt of the elbow. 1, 2.
We're the Cronins. Hello, we are 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 the Cronins.